The Telegraph and the Daily Mail both lead on the news that the former Archbishop of Canterbury, George Carey, in the words of the Daily Mail, last night sensationally came out in favour of the right to die. He's changed his mind on this debate, which has obviously been going on for years, but is critical this week because on Friday there is a Lord's debate on assisted dying law. He's written an article, George Carey's written an article in the Daily Mail about his reasons. The Times, though, quotes the current Archbishop of Canterbury, Justice Welby, who says it would be mistaken and dangerous to support this bill, adding that those who supported their arguments would not pass muster in a GCSE exam. Well, we're joined here in the studio by the Revd Rose Hudson-Wilkin. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And you support the official church view rather than what George Carey's saying on this, don't you?
I'm afraid I do it on this occasion, yes.
And why is that? Because his argument is that actually, when the reality of needless suffering means that it could be Christian to support this. The
suffering in terms of someone being terminally ill is the reality of life. And it seems to me that what we're trying to do by asking for assisted suicide is actually to sanitize death. You know, I too, like the previous Archbishop, have sat with people who are dying. There is compassion there. And to be with them in that suffering is what is important. You don't just end life because you don't like the sight of people suffering in that way. It's not something being inflicted like someone holding a gun to the person. This is someone dying because of a disease or whatever. That's part of life. And we don't just wipe it out completely.
But his argument is that partly as a result of the advances in medicine, people are alive who would not otherwise be. And in his words, it's an ethical turning point that the mercy offered through death could be enshrined in law.
But you see, that's a different discussion in terms of whether, as we discover new ways, etc., of doing things, we should be prolonging life that would normally not be prolonged in that way.
But isn't that the case with most people, that there's automatically medical interventions, which means people are living longer and living perhaps past a time that it is merciful to allow them to do so?
People are living longer, but my take on the advancement of medicine is that if someone is terminally ill, then of course we don't prolong their lives by giving them medicine to make, that's the discussion to be had, but not let's assist them in dying. Let nature take its course.
I mean, the argument about this particular bill that's coming before, certainly as Lord Faulkner tries to make clear, his suggestion is that actually it's a very modest step. We're talking about people who are not going to live beyond months, and it's only in those cases. Are you at all swayed by this argument? I mean, is there a little bit of you that wonders, or is it just absolutely clear-cut to you?
I don't know whether I would say it's clear-cut, but I just happen to believe that matters of life and death in that way is not for us to play with, and that's what it feels like. There are lots and lots of vulnerable people out there, and I see them in my parish. And I think to go down this road, there might be a few people who, okay, they will have days to live or weeks to live, that you might wonder. But even so, you cannot then make a law that is going to have a serious impact on a majority of people.
Just a quick word, you are chaplain to the Commons Speaker. Do you have the sense of the mood of the Lords on this?
I don't actually, because, the present Archbishop will be speaking, I'm sure, in the Lords as well as other Lords Spiritual, and I'm almost sure that this is not going to be an easy, a clear-cut decision taken. People are going to wrestle with it.
Indeed. Rose Hudson-Wilkin, thank you very much.